I really have no opinion.
Come on, Jens. You probably listening to metal longer than any of us.
uh, not good shit.
Well, I'm sure you know like the surface level stuff.
What the flip is up? It's me back at 11 of a tier list, and I got the lads.
Yes, well, you got me, Red. I'm now a staple on this channel. Hmm.
I'm annoying.
Yes, that's Jens.
Welcome.
And we have Lynx who's busy doing laundry or something.
Some weird bullshit, probably.
Yeah. So yeah, I guess it's I will explain the tier list. So this is gonna be obviously entry level metal band tier list. Scroll down so we can see all the bands. So like I know like well, I made this list so I kind of added a lot. I know I'm kind of blurring the line on some of these. I wanted to include bands that were well just for the sake of simplicity, so as to make sure there wasn't too much overlap with the me metal band tier list. I only stuck with bands that were listed on the archives because if we didn't do that, we would have like 600 bands, and we don't really have time for that. So I included, bands. This is pretty much bands that, like, if you just got into metal, these are the bands you're very likely to have heard of. And I've also included some slightly deeper cuts, like surface level death metal, which is with Death and Cannibal Corpse, and Mayhem for black metal. I was considering adding grindcore, but I don't think many plebs,
Don't do that to me.
That's
yeah.
absolutely
Do
not
what?
surface level.
What was that, Links?
I was saying that's absolutely not surface level. But well, maybe, maybe.
I mean, metalheads have very broad and nebulous definitions for what was classified as surface level. But I think all these bands can like at least lend some credence to being called surface level. I mean, some of these like Metallica, Iron Maiden, Megadeth, totally surface level. Then some maybe like it's a bit dicier. Like maybe like let me look through here. Like maybe Lamb of God. Yeah, type of negative. Maybe those are like slightly deeper cuts, or Within Temptation or Saxon. But still, all these bands have well, except for like the death metal bands and Mayhem, have achieved like a significant amount of commercial success, which kind of is a qualifier for me. So I think that's basically my criteria. I know I'm blurring the line on some of these, but yeah, these are all like if you've been listening to metal for at least 6 weeks, you've almost certainly heard of all of these bands. Maybe not listened to them, but heard of them.
Yeah.
So that's enough background. You guys ready to start?
Yep.
All right, let's start with Within Temptation, the one with the big ass logo over here that you can't even see.
I was
Right.
wondering what they fucking said.
Yeah. All right. I am a huge simp for Sharon Den Adele, so I really like Within Temptation. It's basically just Evanescence, but like good and metal. So I myself would put that. I mean, of course, I do have a bias, so I'm trying to take that into account. I would put that in highly enjoyable because it's a very good symphonic gothic metal, and a lot of their later albums do lean more commercial, except especially The Unforgiving. But I actually really like that album, so I would put that in the highly enjoyable tier. It's very accessible, very enjoyable symphonic metal. I mean, have any of you guys listened to Within Temptation, or is it mostly just me here?
I haven't.
My
But if you say
ex-girlfriend. Oh, excuse me. You go ahead.
no, it's okay. I would say I grew up listening to Evanescence, and you said it's like Evanescence, so I'm going to say probably solid.
Wait,
I've never heard.
Hey, hang on, guys. I think the stream just died.
No,
Yeah.
it's still there.
No, I have it up on my
Well,
phone, and it. Never mind. It's still going. I'm an idiot. I don't know why. It had the fucking freaking like
maybe
replay
your
thing
phone.
on it. But anyway, keep going.
Well,
All I was gonna say
keep-
is that, like, that
sorry.
symphonic gothic bands that I've listened to, I've never heard any that are bad. Just never any that are that I would say tickle my fancy, but not bad either. So I'm just gonna probably say it's off. It would probably belong in solid.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I put it highly enjoyable, but I want to get some more consensus on this. So, what do you think, Nuclear Garlic Bread? Have you listened to much Within Temptation, or not really?
I have not listened to them, but Doc put them in complete garbage when he did his one.
Whoa!
I trust him, so.
Oh, you bet. All right, so well, I'm gonna have to duke that out with Doc. But I guess in the meantime, just the compromise, just put it in the solid because I guess we can't really reach a very good consensus over here.
Well,
Yeah, I
Also-
I'd say solid. Also, honestly,
You
reminds
like
me of my
you-
ex-girlfriend, so not highly enjoyable.
So there's a bit of a bias there at play. Also, before we move on, dude, can you post a link to the stream in the chat so we can make sure like it's still good?
hang on, fuck.
Just share it on your phone, bro.
I would, but like I don't. Okay, here we go. I don't know why it says timestamp. This is a fucking stream, but anyway, I got the link.
Within temptation.
Hmm.
Did you send the link or not yet?
Yeah, not yet.
Ugh.
Well, I'm in the process of sending this link. Next stream I want to do is like a redux of metal YouTubers. Does that sound good, Red?
The thing is, I don't watch metal YouTubers because like it's the biggest fucking cancer on the planet. But you know, I will be willing to avail myself of a couple. I do know like some metal YouTube, but you know, I don't. 99% of it is just oh boy. But yeah, I guess that's not discussing. Can you post? That's yeah. Oh shit! Sorry, the stream went off. Let's worry about that next time. I mean, what about you, Jens and Links? Do you know much about metal YouTube? Maybe you guys can weigh in.
No, I
No.
don't know much about the internet
Yeah.
outside of like Twitch, and that's it.
Well, maybe.
Every time I watch, I've sometimes come across like small time metal YouTuber, and every single time it makes me want to bash my head against the wall. It's just rather than not do with it.
Yeah.
I know
I mean,
like
that's-
Drew and
Yeah.
J Dog, of course. Drew
That's-
Fergie's a war metal dude. That's about
Yeah.
it.
I mean, you know, most mainstream. I mean, this is just a quick tangent. Most mainstream metal YouTube channels are either very shitty sketch comedy or just like ultra normie. Like, yeah, you know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah.
You have to involve like the niche ones, like like you very
J-Dog.
edgelord and it's just
Let's worry about that another time. Maybe we should get Doc to join in because he watches that shit. Maybe we can get Lynch. All right. Anyway, let's move on. White Zombie. I would put that in solid. It's actually like pretty much the only groove metal band I actually kind of like. Maybe because I have a bias because I really like Rob Zombie. I really like his stuff. But yeah, I actually like. What was it? Sex Orquiso, or however the fuck you pronounce it. That was a good album. And I even like Astro Creep. I think that was also a pretty solid album. Of course, I don't listen to them that much. I'm not a big fan of groove metal. But if I'm going to listen to groove metal, I'm going to listen to White Zombie. Pretty solid band there. So I put them in solid. Anyone else?
I think I actually 100% agree with you. I would say solid or highly enjoyable for the same reasons you said.
Jens? You have
No
anything there?
opinion. No.
What about you, Nuclear Garlic? I'm going to call you Parabellum.
Yeah, they're good. It's
Yeah,
solid.
yeah. Better than Pantera.
Yeah, probably.
Probably.
Yeah, I guess let's put him new.
Sorry.
He keeps
All right.
startling me.
I startle people. That's like I actually have a thing where like I just kind of like just sneak up on people. Like I walk behind them without making a noise, and they turn around. They're like, "Holy shit! I didn't know you were there." Yeah, I really should stop doing that, but it's pretty funny. All right, next Anthrax. I would put them in highly enjoyable. I put them in what do you guys? I would put them in highly enjoyable because like their earlier stuff is like really good, but like their later stuff is like, oh Jesus Christ, man.
I would just say solid personally.
Yeah, same actually.
Well, you Parabellum. I know you love Anthrax.
Well, I don't love
It's-
them, but they are highly enjoyable, at least.
Yeah, I would put them in highly enjoyable. Yeah.
All right.
Geez, what's the split off on this one,
We'll put it in. All right. Well, when we rank the other bands, we'll put it in low, highly enjoyable.
Okay.
Okay.
So just leave it there for now. All right. Quiet Riot. I gotta be honest. I know I added. I'm the one who made this list, but I gotta be honest. I don't think I've listened to a single fucking Quiet Riot song.
Well,
No, neither of them.
Nope. Same. Same.
No one. Parabellum,
no.
have you?
I've listened.
No, I don't think anyone.
What was that, Links?
Sorry, go ahead. I interrupted someone.
No, I just said like I didn't listen to a single song. What are you, Lynx?
No, never have listened to a single Quiet Riot song.
Parabellum, are you gonna say something?
I've listened to a couple of the tracks.
So this one's on you. You put them in. You rank them.
Yeah, obviously, like, Metal Health, Bang Your Head is a fucking anthem. That fucking, Slade cover they did is kind of annoying, though. Just the other one I listened to. But I need to listen to these guys more, but for now I'm erring on the side of they're solid.
And I think, a lot of the glam metal bands from the '80s that lean more into trad are like actually like half decent. But yeah, I haven't really listened to this
Actually,
one that much.
now that you said that they had Bang Your Head, now I remember I probably have listened to them at some point, but the fact that I didn't remember means it's not rememberable. So I'm going to say of little value, personally. But if you want to put them in solid, I'm just going to say of little value, because if I couldn't remember it until you said the name, that's not a good sign.
Yeah, I actually kind of.
Oh yeah, they pile of crap. You listen to it?
Yeah, put it in lower solid.
Yeah, that's lower right there.
Alright, ready to do the Sepultura. I know I'm kind of blurring the line on this one because they didn't really get well known until they went groove with Chaos AD and Roots. But if we're going by like the albums that made them big, Chaos AD and Roots, I really, really do not like those albums. I remember I listened to Roots. Holy shit, this album is like garbage. But if we're looking at like the earlier stuff, like Beneath the Remains, Arise, Schizophrenia, Morbid Visions, those were pretty damn good. So if we wanted to, I didn't listen to their whole discography, but if we're ranking in terms of the albums that I've mostly listened to, I would definitely say their bad albums are pretty bad, but their good albums are really good. So I'd put them in high solid or low highly enjoyable.
I like Chaos AD. Fuck you.
You like Chaos AD? Well, I do not like Chaos AD. That was groove metal. And groove metal is objectively the worst.
It's one of the few groove metal that's actually decent, so shut up. I mean, they put they were S in the groove metal list for a reason. That's all I'll say.
Well, I didn't see that.
I want to put them in highly enjoyable. At the very least, low highly enjoyable, because I personally think they're like it's one of the new metal bands that when they went new metal or groove metal, I should say, one of the few that I don't hate listening to. So, and their early stuff is also very good. So I would say at least low highly enjoyable.
This is true.
Jens, do you wish you had anything? No?
It's one of those things where I'm listening to it and I completely forget what it sounds like.
Yeah.
What the
in one ear out the other, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
It's in one ear out the other. Alright, ready to move on to Death.
Yeah, Chuck Schulding himself.
Yeah, I know people just love to dick ride Chuck Schuldiner. He was real. Of course, first two Death albums are amazing essentials. Spiritual Healing, I think, was pretty good. And then after that, their discography becomes very dicey, especially their last album, Sound of Perseverance. Holy shit, that album was fucking awful.
That was unfortunately, that was my entire reaction to the entire discography of Death. So that's
you never liked
my
Death?
hot take.
You never liked Death?
Hot take. It's just
they have
bored me.
I guess you don't like OSDM or Tech Death. And there are only two to take.
Unfortunately.
Yeah.
What the hell do you listen to?
Power metal.
Fucking black metal.
Ew!
Power.
How can you say ew? I just love how you're
I never said I'd listen to anything good.
Fucking blind. Hey, stick with Jens. Jens knows all the Swedish metal bands.
But anyway, yeah, Death
Middle.
is yeah. First one's great. Kind of, you can tell you're
Trashy.
starting to drop off at Leprosy, and then it was just a downward spiral from there. Overall, Death
I put
is
him-
bottom solid in my book.
All right. Yes, I would not disagree with you on that. But if I can go on a little bit of a rant over here, I noticed. I'll be quick. Remember when a lot of people when Death changed their sound to be more tech death and more like proggy, people said that was like selling out. But I don't really think it was selling out, considering the fact that even if you make the most accessible form of death metal, like pretty much what Chuck did, you're not gonna fucking become a millionaire, So I think it was more just he wanted to expand like the types of music he did. I don't think he was really attempting to sell out. I mean, hell, he wasn't even able to pay for his fucking medical bills. So that's not, you want to call that selling out,
Yeah.
Should have
I
get
was
Chris Barnes.
irritated when people say that about Bathory when they when he went Viking metal, and I don't even care for Viking metal Bathory era at all. But that was not fucking him selling out.
He just wanted to do Viking stuff. I mean, you could argue he tried selling out with his solo career. Korthon has like a solo career, right? Aside from Bathory. Yeah, I had it coming my way. Yeah, actually, it's actually not terrible. He has this album, literally called Album. He has this grunge album. I don't remember what it's called, but I actually remember it wasn't bad. But it's kind of like swept under the rug. I think it does have an entry on the archives, but I mean, it might be worth a listen if you're curious. But I can't say you're missing that much.
Hey, Red, did you show the stream yet? Because no one fucking watching.
Yeah, I forgot. Blah 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 blah. Copy link. Blah 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 blah. Why is the Doors in the thumbnail?
Because that's the joke. It's one of those like random collages of like rock
bands have nothing to do with each other.
Yeah, that plebs fucking love using.
I don't think anyone who listens to Pink Floyd has ever even heard of fucking Driving Force. But anyway.
I can confirm. That sounds like my father.
Ready to move on?
Yep.
Black Sabbath, cream of the crop.
Yeah, no,
I love Sabbath.
Let's move the fuck on.
Do you like from or yeah? I mean, I think I like almost every era of Sabbath, but of course everyone knows the Ozzy era, the Tony Martin era, also the Dio. I know, didn't J-Dog says he doesn't really like the Dio era?
Yeah, I'm with him on that, me neither. I just never really cared about anything Dio did.
Oh my god, how can you even call yourself a metalhead? Alright, but yeah, Sabbath, cream of the crop, I don't think anyone's going to argue that. They are foundation of heavy metal and even doom metal. So yeah. And Stoner with Sweet Leaf. Alright, anything to add, or I think we can just move on. There's nothing really to argue there.
Move the fuck on.
Yeah.
Alright, Typo Negative. I've only listened...
I've seen his penis.
Of course.
I've seen his anus.
We've all seen his penis, yes.
Everyone's seen it. I mean, too bad Chelsea isn't here. She would be like, oh my god, I can't wait to talk about Peter Steele's penis. I haven't really listened to much Typo. I know like 2 songs. I know you were engaging in sexual intercourse with another male individual. But yeah, aside from that, you guys are gonna have to feel this one.
Yeah, I fucking love the first album since it's basically the third Carnivore album. The stuff after that is very good. The spoopy pop metal.
I guess.
I love Pete. Highly enjoyable in my book. What do you guys think?
I would say highly enjoyable.
Yeah, that seems like a fair place, honestly.
Yeah!
I can't
Definitely
really
not
say.
but I would say better than average.
Yeah, I mean, if I'm gonna listen to gothic metal, I want to be with female vocalists so I can simp for them. But that's just my business. All right.
Well.
Cannibal Corpse. I put that in high solid. you know, they have reputation for being the AC/DC of death metal, which isn't a bad thing. But you know, there's pretty much the same fucking. At least ever since Corpse Grinder joined, just the same album over and over again. I mean, it's good, it's consistent, but you know, I can't really say I'm really wowed by any of it.
I enjoyed them, but that is extremely accurate.
Cannibal Corpse. I know Parabellum. You don't really listen to much death metal in general, do you?
Yeah, no. However, I do enjoy me some CC.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I do like the.
I'd say they're like bottom highly enjoyable, but I could see in the case where they're like solid.
You know, imagine more think about it. Now that when you take into account the Barnes albums, which are like insane, which are probably the best albums in the discography, you know, and kind of makes you wonder how the fuck Chris Barnes doesn't make music that good anymore. You know, I would put him in low, highly enjoyable because, like, you know, Cannibal. I mean, Baby's first death metal band, yeah, whatever, but yeah, it doesn't mean they're not good. So I would put them there, highly enjoyable.
I would
Anyway.
say
Yeah.
somewhere
so
straddling.
it's free for highly enjoyable. That's where they go. Anyway,
Yep. Deep Purple. I don't know. I'm not. It's. I mean, I know. I made this. I've listened to their first couple albums. I mean, it's pretty standard. You know, just. I mean, for the time, it was pretty. You know, heavy and stuff like that. But you know, but these. Yeah, it's pretty just. You know, pretty standard 70s hard rock that veered into the territory of heavy metal. I put them in low solid because they do have some. Highway Star is a great song. The Machine Head album in general is great. Not the band. Fuck the band. Yeah, the Machine Head album's pretty good. What the fuck was that album where they're all on Mount Rushmore? Fuck, how could I forget that album? I have to look that up now. Hold on.
I can't remember, honestly.
I think something rock or cock was.
rock.
Yeah,
My
in
cock
rock.
is stuck in this rock.
No.
I don't think I
Machine.
have an opinion on Deep Purple because I think I've only ever listened to them. I think I've only ever listened to like one song, and
That's we all know what that is.
yes, we all know what song. And I just don't think I should have an opinion on this. I would just say
Yeah.
low solid. If I had to make a guess,
Like,
I probably should listen to
honestly,
them more.
They're extremely simple. Not as a
I mean, I don't know.
but they're like entry level. The Smoke on the Water is very entry level to play on guitar, in my opinion. So,
Not sure.
but I don't want to be controversial.
I will.
I mean, dude, disappoint.
I will. I'm leaning towards Of Little Value. I've listened to them like 5 times in my life, and it's always in one ear and out the other. These guys are just not good.
Maybe if we were around in the 70s when they were like along with Sabbath and Led Zeppelin, it probably would have been like, oh yeah, this is good.
Yeah.
But yeah, just put them in the of little value or low solid of little value. Come on, we gotta.
End.
You know,
Yeah.
this
I mean, we gotta
podcast-
put-
actually, we have a band that would fit this spot very well. So, we'll just put
Alright,
Deep
alright,
Purple.
Which one
you
are-
know.
Yeah, it's just that I don't want to like leave the bottom 2 tiers completely empty. You know.
Yeah. Anyway,
I just like I don't like putting too much. I don't like putting too many things in the middle tier. Anyway, Def Leppard. First 2 albums are like just pretty standard heavy metal hard rock. They were pretty decent. After that, I mean, I kind of like some of their songs, but for the most part, it is just like just really cheesy glam rock.
Yeah, that sounds about right, honestly.
Pour some zesters on me.
Oh my god.
of little value. I'm gonna say.
Yeah, it might
Yeah.
be in the of little value too. Yeah.
Yeah, and I've seen them. I've fucking seen them with like Motley Crue, and like my auntie couldn't go, and I had to take her place. And they were like,
Oh, why? They smoked it.
what?
They're like they sucked.
just like the most mid music ever, you know.
I'm just sorry you had to see Motley Crue live with like Vince Neil.
It's tits out music, is what it is.
I think that's a perfect way of describing it. Tits out.
Yeah, we'll get to Crew, but anyway, Twisted Sister.
I've only listened to the early stuff. I think they're a little bit better than Of Little Value. I like them.
Yeah.
I'd put them in at least solid tier.
Slightly better, but they're still tits out music.
All right. Well, I mean, I've only listened to the early stuff. But come on, that's like good glam metal.
No. It's still a lot better.
Yeah. But the Leap. What do you think, Link's? And we all
What's
know
that?
their most iconic track. We're talking about Twisted Sister.
Low solid.
Yeah, that
Sounds
seems like
right for me.
that seems. We're not gonna listen to this. All right, Dio. I know someone here does not like Dio because they're a fucking pleb. I would put them in highly enjoyable. They got some amazing. I mean, later albums can be kind of rough, let's be honest. But I'd say like the first half of their discography, yeah, definitely very essential stuff you got on there. Holy Diver, fucking goddamn, Last in Line, fucking Sacred Heart, all great albums. I haven't really listened to it much beyond that, as J-Dog would astutely make fun of me for. But yeah, Dio it's one of the greatest vocalists of all time, even better than Dave Mustaine. Yeah, I put him in highly enjoyable.
If I have to hear Rainbow in the Dark playing at a fucking venue between bands one more time, I'm actually gonna shoot someone.
Okay, I mean, I will say even Dio didn't like that song. He thought it was kind of cheesy, that song. So if that makes if you want to vindicate yourself on that on. Dio like these nuts.
Oh my god. Like
Dio.
Dio is just like, it's alright heavy metal, I guess. It's like bottom of solid for me, but it's
Put it in the middle of solid.
Mid-solid.
Dio.
Yeah.
Dio.
For you.
Oh, thanks, babe. All right, Alice in Chains. I had barely listened to Alice in Chains, but they were on the archives. I almost put Soundgarden on here, but I didn't know a fucking thing about Soundgarden. Anyway, anyone have anything to add about Alice in Chains?
I like
Alice.
They're the best grunge band.
That's bad.
The best, yeah. The best grunge band of that era, absolutely. I would go as far as to say highly enjoyable, but I won't contest high solid.
Yeah.
I mean, I know they're kind of like Acid Bath, which I kind of like.
Forgettable, but not in a bad way. So I'd say in that spot.
We're putting them in high solid or low enjoyable. Put it in middle of solid. I don't know. Iron Maiden. Okay, cream of the crop for me.
Oh my god, if you're one of those people. Oh my god. Okay.
Dude, okay, I don't listen to Maiden as much as I used to. I used to listen to Iron Maiden like every day. But come on, man. Those 80s Maiden's albums, and even well into the 2000s, they were releasing some pretty good albums. Come on, man. It's Maiden, Bran.
I mean, I don't want to.
Maybe J-Dog would disagree, but.
I mean, I don't want to talk too much smack about Maiden since I'm fucking seeing them in September, but it's still like the Paul Di'Anno era is like fucking like SS
top tier,
but Bruce came in the band. It's still good, but it's not. It's just not. It's not the Paul era, you know. I guess. I mean, I won't. Enjoyable.
Alright, fine. You might be like that. I don't deny that the Paul Di'Anno era was great too, even though there was only 2 albums. But come on, man. Iron Bruce Dick insane. It's Dick in his name. I mean, come on.
Anyone else want to chime in?
I put it at the very at least the top
pile. I think Red made a better point than I could have.
Yeah, exactly.
So you're with him on it? Fine.
Yes, that's what I'm talking about, bro. I would say the same thing would go for Lynx. Do you have anything to
add? No comment.
All right. Well, anyway, the same thing I would say goes for Judas Priest.
Okay,
even though Judas Priest, yes,
also no contest for me.
Yeah, even though I like Maiden more. I mean, I like Priest more than Maiden. I won't deny that Priest has like more bad albums than Maiden, especially the Ripper albums. Not because of Ripper and not because he was bad, because like the musical direction they went on those albums. Jugulator was not a very good album. They went groove on that album. And Demolition, holy shit, that album was so fucking bad. There are like 2 or 3 decent songs, and then you had piles of shit like Cyberface. That song is so fucking dog shit. But yeah, I actually really like a lot. I mean, Priest. I actually really like a lot of their latter day albums. I like at least ever since Halford Returned. I really like Angel Retribution. Fucking Nostradamus. I thought was solid. I was like fucking Redeemer of Souls, Firepower, and their last album, Invincible Shield, I think it's called. I thought was pretty good too. But yeah, I mean, everyone knows them for their earlier stuff. Painkiller, especially, I think that's universally agreed to be like, one of the best fucking albums ever. Screaming for Vengeance, of course, and they pioneered heavy metal more in the '70s with the double guitars on Sad Wings and After Sin, Exciter, which was like one of the first speed metal songs off the album Stained Class, and of course their best album is of course Rock'n'Rolla. How could anyone forget that?
Oh my god!
So I mean, but yeah, I mean Priest, it's so much variety. I even like Turbo for the most part, even that's kind of like a glammy album. Anyone have anything to add about the great and powerful Judas Priest?
Yeah, Priest.
That's where it belongs.
Yeah, Priests are kind of like Sodom in the sense where even like if someone had like one of the later albums as their favorite, you wouldn't even question it.
Yeah, unless it's Nostradamus. I like Nostradamus, but I can see why people don't like it.
Yeah.
All right, Lamb of God. I put that in no higher than Of Little Value.
Yeah,
I really
agree.
exist sometimes.
Anyone
No,
else
I would actually put him
before-
in. I put him in complete garbage because like I've listened to him and like I remember the album I listened to, it had some bonus tracks from like when they were live, and I remember they were saying like, I don't remember the cunt's name, I don't know the singer's name. I remember he was like giving talk about how like, oh yeah, this is real metal, not like that pussy new metal shit. I'm like, dude, what you're doing is barely any heavier. So yeah, I put in complete garbage, but maybe
They
it's not
cater-
complete.
Like they absolutely do cater to people who like think their music scares people. Absolutely.
I mean,
I mean, that is
I mean,
true.
yeah, that is true. I'm not sure. Like, I'm not sure if I'd put him in the bro metal category like I would for Pantera or like Godsmack or Five Finger Death Punch. But I could definitely see it's second to be like, oh yeah, I listen to super heavy shit, man. Lamb of God, brah, Disturbed, brah. Yeah, like this is like the band J-Dog would make fun of for Canoes.
I mean, that being
People
said,
metal.
this is just my personal opinion. I probably don't hate Lamb of God as much as everyone else in this discussion does. I'm not saying they're good, but I would personally put them in low solid. I don't think they're horrible, but like I said, the bro metal.
Yeah,
I would put him in
kinda-
of little value.
Yeah, that's kind of my take too. I don't hate them, but it's like it's.
I don't hate him either, but I just think they kind of suck.
Not,
I don't actually feel
yeah,
too
I think
strongly.
complete garbage is a little too harsh. It's just what I'd say.
All right, fine. Put him in high of little value.
Yeah.
All right.
That's
Now
more
this-
value than Def Leppard for sure.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, that's fair enough. All right. This band I've never even fucking heard of. Metallica. All right. You know what? Fuck it. I haven't listened to Metallica in like 2 years, but I would put them just for their earlier stuff. I mean, they have some really, really fucking bad albums. I don't think they've released a good album since 1980. I don't think. I don't think they haven't released a good album since like 1983. So, but I would still put them in like highly enjoyable, low highly enjoyable, just for like
Yeah.
high solid.
I personally would not put them in cream of the crop, although I would say they get close to it. But the main reason is that even their horrible albums like Saint Anger and Lulu, they're in that so bad it's fun to listen to category. So
Yeah.
I would say highly enjoyable.
I mean, to be honest, I didn't even hate Saint Anger. I just thought, I mean, I knew it was like a pile of shit, but I didn't hate it. Dum dum
I'm a
dum
little
dum.
biased, so I'm going to let it happen.
What I know, Paramount. I know you love their first two albums.
I'll extend that to like the first 5. I think those are all fantastic, but
I whoa. Thought you didn't like Master of Puppets, and you like the Black Album.
okay, yeah, I will say Puppets is a little overrated, and yeah, I've said multiple times I like the Black Album. It's a good pop metal album. Like,
the only Black album I like is the one by Spinal Tap.
Oh, you know,
yeah, once they came out with shitty ass Lord and Reload, that fucking docks them to like
Fucking Stonehenge.
solid.
but also, I just had a thought. Is Megadeth on this list? Because I feel like it should be. I would love for us to rank them.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah,
okay.
we'll get to it.
Fucking,
one more thing, put them in highly enjoyable just for this. So
bottom of.
I was just one more thing. You know how like load and reload, like it's like the piss and blood and like the cum and blood.
Yeah.
I always thought like what they should have done. They should have also had like an album called Overload that was like diarrhea and blood. But you know that's just my thoughts on it.
What?
Overload. But
Well, with your idea, they still
Metallica
left you
song,
with it in.
diarrhea.
I mean that album probably would have been diarrhea. All right, Motley Crue.
Sorry for interrupting.
That's fine, man. We're here to have fun.
Yeah.
You know, again, this is like the case where first two albums are pretty good, and then like, well, with Motley Crue, like the first two albums, like they're pretty good for glam metal, and then you know, they started getting like cheesy with like Dr. Feelgood and Girls, 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 and then in the '90s they released so much fucking dog shit. Their self-titled was absolutely garbage. I mean, I do like get why they wanted to change their musical direction and they did like more alternative rock and grunge, but their self-titled was not good. I think that was in 1994. And then they Generation Swine. Holy shit, that album was a steaming pile of shit. You ever listen to that song off the album Brandon? Oh my god, that song is so fucking bad. Brandon, I love you.
You are the one.
She was your mom. Oh my god. Doing your mom.
Alright, where are we putting that? Where are we putting your...
I would say they're definitely the most enjoyable glam metal band, in my opinion. So I'm going to say at least solid. Somewhere higher in the list.
I actually prefer Dokken for my glam metal, but I didn't put him on here. Yeah, fucking put him in solid.
Glam band is Wasp, but anyway.
Solid but softening, like diarrhea, kind of.
Yeah, well, I mean, the Wasp was better when they just did trad metal in the '90s. Okay. Crimson Idol is a masterpiece.
Yeah, that's true. Anyway,
Ozzy, I gotta make a confession. I've only listened to like, well, outside of Sabbath, I've only listened to like 3 Ozzy albums. But I do know I've listened to like tracks from his later career, like Black Rain and Patient Number 9, I think it was called. Blizzard of Oz, that's a great album. No More Tears, Bark at the Moon, all fantastic. I would put him in at least highly enjoyable, or him, whatever. He had a lot of Ozzy might not have had a lot of like instrumental ability because like he can't play an instrument, but he definitely had a knack for finding really good guitarists and songwriters. He's a good singer, of course, on his own merits, and he's able to create like a good rhythm to sing along to each song. Because like during his Sabbath days, what he used to do was he used to take the riff of the song and just like have the vocal melody be that. Just like listen to Iron Man. The way he sings is just what the melody is. Da, 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 da. And you can hear Ozzy just singing the lyrics to that rhythm. That's my rambling. Anyone have anything to add about Ozzy?
No, that sums it up for me.
You seem conflicted, Parabellum.
It's just... I'm sorry, like, Ozzy just needs Sabbath to be good, you know? Like, all the members of Sabbath needed to be together to be great. I mean, there's like Ozzy's solo career nowhere near as good. Sabbath, when it was really much just Iommi and insert fill-in vocalist here, just not very good.
He's your Butler. But you know, on their last album, they did a reunion. They had Iommi, Butler, Ozzy. They didn't have Bill Ward, I think, because some contractual differences or something like that. I haven't listened to 13 that much though.
Yeah, I'm thinking like,
Low, highly enjoyable.
you know, Sue said I enjoyed. I'll put him there. Against my better judgment, but yeah, Pan terrible. I know you're
Complete
gonna want.
garbage.
Yeah.
I know you actually kind of like one of their albums. He said ass. Anyway.
We're on Pantera now. I had to leave for a second. We're on Pantera.
Pantera. Pantera. Oh, what the links? I know you're joking. Okay, shut up.
Cream of the crop.
Pantera is nothing heavier than Pantera, the heaviest band in the universe. Oh man. Hey, you ever hear of Overkill? Never heard them, man. Are they heavier than Pantera? They send fucking Pantera home on a stretcher, bruh.
You are not J-Dog! You will never be him! Shut up!
I'm just quoting J-Dog. Jeez. Sonny boy. I mean, I would still put Pantera in complete garbage. I don't think they are capable of making good music. And Phil Anselmo's a racist.
Yep.
And is that everyone else's take? Or...
Well, where would you put him, Scarlett?
Of little value, just purely because like complete garbage is a little too mean. I'm like, they're not 5-finger death punch levels of shit.
Dude, well, first of all, we're kind of trying to compare all these bands to each other, because if we didn't, we would never, we wouldn't have anything in complete garbage. We have to have at least something in complete garbage.
Well,
let me look.
I see no one else is fine. Fuck.
All right.
I'm on the same level as you, where I would say garbage is too harsh. I do understand the Pantera hate, but I'm more just ambivalent towards them. More like I would just literally rather listen to anything else. I guess I'm biased because I listened to them a lot when I was a teenager and I grew out of it, so I don't hate them. But I would say they kind of belong in the of little value category.
Yeah. Yeah, but then you have all these emotionally stunted men who still listen to it.
Yeah, I would say that it's normal to listen to it if you're 15, but if you don't grow out of that, then that's a sign of arrested development.
Yeah, I remember when I was actually in the city, and I heard this fucking cunt playing a Pantera song on a motorcycle, and then while he was blasting it, and then what happened? And then he was driving past. And I heard it blasting, and I screamed at him, "Poser!" And then I fucking booked it because I think he looked in my direction. I think he was getting ready to turn around. I was like, "Oh fuck!" I ran down to the subway station. So and then I had to catch a train anyway. So whatever.
I don't know if that's the consequences of being an elitist in real life, or just because you're in New York. Ew. Disgusting.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. He's probably from the South. I don't think anyone in New York listens to fucking Pantera. Anyway.
Let's be real. None of us could beat up the average Pantera fan. Can we just be honest with ourselves?
I probably could, but I don't want to get in trouble.
Unless they're one of those fat fucks that can't even go up a flight of stairs.
Red, you're a fucking twink. You can't beat up anyone.
Dude, you don't even know what I look like.
Yes, I do. You post pics of yourself.
No, I post the picture. No, I post a picture of myself put through a female filter. I want to show you the things I jerk off to.
No, fucking disgusting AGP. Anyway,
I like Rainbow.
I like Rainbow. I would put him in highly enjoyable.
Yes.
Best thing Dio ever did. I would agree.
I love Rising.
Come on, how can you not like Stargaze? Come on, Yeah, definitely Rainbow. And it's funny because we were just recently meeting on Deep Purple, but I guess you have the right musicians. You have to put them in the right band.
Yeah.
So they put them together. Any other comments to add about Rainbow?
No.
Bane Row. Yeah. What about you, Lynx? Or have you not listened to Rainbow?
I have not listened to Rainbow.
Yeah, but mostly the Dio era albums were pretty good. Then after Dio left, and they had this guy called Graham Bonnet, he wasn't a bad singer, but it's just not the same without Dio. And it was more commercial shit, so you know. Saxon, I love Saxon. They're one of my favorite new wave British heavy metal bands. I'd probably put them in cream of the crop, but you know, what do you guys think?
Yeah, it's solid heavy metal. I mean, like Dead and Love is obviously an anthem.
Motorcycle Man. But have you guys not listened to Saxon? I know it's strange. A lot of haven't really listened to much Saxon. I've known.
Yeah, which is why I wanted to approach you on. Yeah, there's like one of the bands where I'm questioning, is they even really entry level? If it's just, I feel like they're more like next steps.
They do have like, you know, like a couple silver albums, if that counts. I mean, Motorhead is like not much bigger.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, yeah, all right, fine. Put them in. Fine, whatever. I'll live with it. Scorpions. I mostly like them for again. This is like kind of a similar situation with Def Leppard, where their earlier stuff was pretty good because it was like more in the heavy metal, hard rock section, and then they kind of moved to glam rock. But I actually kind of like some Scorpions glam stuff.
Yeah, so do I.
I'm not, especially the album with like, you know, the child porn on it. So you know what I'm referring to.
Yeah,
I have not listened to Scorpions, so I had no idea about that.
I remember what.
Go ahead.
I don't remember what the new album cover is though.
All I will say is that thank you, Scorpions, for giving us the best scene in Lords of Chaos.
Well, that alone
Scorpions
has some deserved cream of the crop, to be honest.
Yeah, all right, fine. Put them in highly enjoyable. Dude, oh my god, that movie was. We need a fucking review of the movie. That movie was utter fucking dog shit.
I still haven't seen it. I still have yet to see it.
Actually, no, this is real right. I'm moving up Saxon. Gotta be above Scorpions.
Yeah, come on.
All right,
Skid Row, another band I barely listen to.
They're not complete trash, but they definitely should not go anywhere higher than at least solid.
Would you say they're better than Quiet Riot?
I mean, I haven't listened to much Quiet Riot. I've listened to more Skid Row than anything.
Well,
mostly because Skid Row is more likely to be on the radio than Quiet Riot, at least where I'm from. True.
I think I've heard more Skid Row, but then again, that's like on a Sirius XM station. We really use Parabellum.
I would say it's on the same. I would say it's on the same level as Quiet Riot and Motley Crue and all of that, though. And definitely on the same row as all those.
I think I've barely even listened to Skid Row. I think the only semi-memorable song from them is like the title track to "Slave to the Grind." It's alright, I guess.
Alright. Just put it in solid. But Jens, have you listened to much Skid Row?
I actually have not. So,
alright, well, we can, it can go fuck itself and put it in solid. It's definitely not of little value.
Alright, I guess. Yeah, Flippin' Slayer.
Slayer. I know Slayer's synonymous, like, you know, at least outside of metal circles, it's synonymous with like extreme metal. But honestly, you know, again, I'm like everyone else. You know, I only care for Show No Mercy and Hell Awaits and maybe a couple songs on like albums 3 to 5. And Divine Intervention was pretty good.
Yeah.
Everyone does that.
Oh my god, that's pretty much my exact same freaking take. What the heck?
What?
Like what you just said. Like, first two are great. It's like tracks scattered across, like, those 3 albums, and Divine Intervention is a weird outlier that's actually pretty good.
Yeah. And then, like, their other 90s, like, God Hates Us All was fucking awful. Jesus Saves Us All. Repentless had a handful of okay songs. But yeah, just not a great band. I remember I did walk Pat. I have not listened to Kerry King's new album, though. And I know he has the drummer from Death Angel, so maybe that might be interested in checking out. So I don't know. I put them in highly enjoyable because their good stuff is really good.
Low, highly enjoyable.
Oh, yeah, and Haunting the Chapel. How could we forget Haunting the Chapel? Oh yeah. Did I ever tell you I actually walked past Kerry King once when I was downtown?
Yeah,
Cool.
you said that.
Yeah, it was. I was like, holy. You know how I knew? Because like, I saw this. I swear, this was like in January, and he was still wearing his fucking sunglasses. And then I was like, was that fucking? I'm serious. He was actually wearing his sunglasses. I thought I was like, is that Gary King? And then, like he was. And then he walked past like, and then like he was like 20 feet away. And then like I saw the back of his head. You know, he has all those tattoos on the back of his head. I'm like, holy shit, that's fucking Gary King. I didn't go up to him and like like suck his dick or anything like that because he was with his family. I didn't want to bother him. But yeah, I was like, holy shit. I guess it's not too surprising. He does live in New York apparently. But yeah. Oh, that's where I put that. There's also Gayhem.
Yeah, you did the
Yeah.
thing before I said it. Fuck you.
Yes.
Middle solid. It's
I would
right
put him
within temptation.
I would put him of little value.
I'm torn because
Oh,
I
come
don't
on.
like them, but I do understand that they are still pretty iconic.
I mean, they're really the only reason why people give a shit about them. Shit that happened in the Norwegian scene. It's the only reason why anyone cares. And Death Crush is like stupid and like it's okay. It's some decent tracks on there, but it's stupid. DMDS fucking sucks. Attila sounds constipated. Everything after that was just crap. I do not care for Mayhem at all.
Well, I
Honestly,
agree
I
that
cannot
anything they
listen to it.
released after that was not good. But I think their first two albums, I still listen to them, and I've gotten past that surface level stage. I still find myself visiting them, so I really don't think they're as horrible as people give them credit for. I think most of it is just because of like the whole. I think the whole TikTok edgelord fan base kind of ruined their.
Fucking gross. I mean, I don't know. I mean,
people hate them because their music is solid. I think, in my personal, well, not.
it's not
their
awful.
early music.
Okay.
It's not
Their
awful.
music is good. Var has a punchable face. That's my take.
I think if Dead were on DMDS, it probably would have been better. But who knows?
Anyway,
I agree with
You have
that,
something?
but unfortunately, that's not how it could have happened.
Yeah,
anyway, yeah.
Euro man.
Death Crush is goated. De Mysterious is pretty good, but anything after that, yeah, I'm good. Harmy, get that. What's the spoken word one? Like that's crap. Get that away from me, bro.
I forgot.
Yeah, Grand Declaration of War. It's not very good. But yes, I'm even like high, mid, solid for Mayhem.
I'd put him in low solid, but you do.
Yeah.
I would say
Solid is pretty
solid.
crowded, isn't it?
It's solid.
I'm gonna bump him up for that person who really defended them because their voice is fucking hot.
Links. Are you serious?
I fucking love the Troon voice.
Let's not bring that up right now. All right, accept.
It's gonna fucking be.
All right, accept.
Again, another band I'm questioning. Why did you put them on here? They're not exactly entry level.
Dude, like everyone. Well, now they weren't dads back then, but every dad now liked Accept back in the '80s.
Not my dad. My dad
Well,
was a
you get-
fucking poser.
Well,
My dad
American
was a
dads,
huge
all right.
poser.
Accept.
Yeah.
I would say Accept is. They're probably like right after surface level, so that's why I kind of put them on. I put them in highly enjoyable because they were highly enjoyable. They got their first album is not good, but Testicles to the Wall is pretty good. Restless and Wild is pretty good. And they're actually one of the bands where like their later stuff is also pretty good. Blood of the Nations is a really good album. And I forgot what the last one is called, but the album was pretty good too. They have a pretty consistent discography. Of course, I like the albums best with Udo Dixneater. I think those are the best albums. I haven't really listened to much of Udo's solo career, but they have some. The current vocalist is pretty good. He's like some American guy, which I get a little strange because I think it's like this is the second most iconic German metal band after the Scorpions. But I would put him in highly enjoyable tier.
Yeah, they're good.
Anyone have anything to add?
What?
I've never listened to that ever.
And it's strange, a lot
do
of
it.
bands like, they got some pretty good songs. It's strange how like Accept is like one of the bands that like a lot of people tend to skip over, even though they have some pretty essential stuff. All right, Megadeth. I have a bias because I had a phase where like Megadeth was my favorite band, but now not so much. I would put them in highly enjoyable. I probably put I used to listen to Rust in Peace almost weekly. Now I don't even remember the last time I listened to a single track off it. And of course, looking back, it's nowhere near as amazing as I thought it was. I think Killing Is My Business and Peace Sells are much better than I remember them being. And but I do. What was that?
Go ahead. Sorry, I thought you were done.
I'm not done. I never fucking stopped talking. But I think they're when they went more trad in the '90s, I think that was better than Metallica. I think Euthanasia is way better than the Cum album and the Piss album. And The System Has Failed. That's one of their later albums. Really, really good album. That came out in 2004. That was well after their heyday. So I would put them in highly enjoyable tier. That's my own bias.
Red, I'm both surprised that you think so highly of Megadeth and also not.
Why are you surprised and also not surprised?
Because I feel like you're elitist here enough to hate Megadeth, but at the same time, I feel like, oh yeah, you totally had a Megadeth phase. That doesn't surprise me.
Yeah.
I had one too, and I actually kind of feel slightly the same, but I'm also leaning towards it's dog shit. So
it's not dog shit. It just, I don't know.
just a little tiny lean, not the entire lean.
Would you suck Dave Mustaine's vinegary unwashed cock though?
No, but I do want his hair.
Oh, okay. He does have some bitching hair.
Alright. Yeah, Mega Dave is the least good of the big four, but they're still highly enjoyable.
Yeah.
I don't hate Dave's voice at all. I mean, I get why people hate it, but I've never really cared one way or the other because I don't listen to metal for vocals at all. It's not something I care.
Then have you listened to Anvil?
No.
Okay, well you should.
I probably should.
No, you shouldn't. You're not. I mean, you should listen to like how mediocre they are. Right.
No, I like to listen to bands that I know I'm not going to care for just for the knowledge.
All right, so listen to Anvil. Listen to their album, metal. I mean, Lips is notorious for being a mediocre vocalist. All right. Utilitarian. That's definitely cream of the crop. Inarguably cream of the crop. We are not even discussing that. Come on, do you disagree?
Our heads! Hell's high!
No, not even for the joke. I'm not doing this. I'm not doing this.
Why'd you get put in my head?
What the hell, man? I am wearing. I had my internet stand all the way up.
Actually, I'm not even putting on the tier list. Fuck you. Move on to my head.
All right, but put those. I would put those in cream of the crop, even though I know you don't really care for them that much.
Motorhead highly enjoyable, and if you disagree, fuck you.
Motorhead more like mid-head.
How could you say that about Lemmy Kilmister?
I'm not insulted Lemmy. I think Lemmy was like one of the coolest guys to ever live, but his music was just not great.
Oh wow, that's such a hard. That's so hardcore, man. Fine, put him in hot. You have Prince.
You know what? You seem to love him, so no, it's appropriate to put these four next to each other. So I'll be nice.
Yes,
be nice.
I put like the big. I call those the big four of British metal. Oh man,
I'm confused.
You know, fun. You know, interesting thing about Motorhead. Lemmy actually offered Lips from Anvil to play in his band after I think Eddie Clark left. Yeah. And imagine if Lips played in Motorhead. I wonder if that would have been remembered as like the worst era of Motorhead.
Yeah.
We need to have a stream where we meme on Anvil.
Why? No, that's so weird. No, you can do that on your
But
own, buddy.
I like making fun of Anvil. They're so mediocre. Again, for what?
What was you gonna say? Because I'm about to wrap this up.
Well, I was gonna say, penis. I don't know.
Pianist.
I was gonna
Oh
say. I was gonna say more stuff. I was gonna say more about Anvil, but you don't want me to, so I'm just gonna shut up.
Oh my god.
Balls
I'm
too.
trying to think if there's any surface level bands we missed. We could have
What do you think?
I mean,
What is it?
we could have put Slipknot in there because I know Slipknot's a
But-
new metal band, but
They're not on the archives. I wanted to stick with bands that are just on the archives.
oh, okay, fair enough.
I just wanted to make it simplistic. We did do it when we did our meme metal band tier list. I think we put it in like low C tier or something.
Okay, fair enough.
Or was it low B tier? I don't remember. But yeah, that's the list. If I were the one making the list, I probably would have changed a couple things around. But this is mostly in line with what I think.
I smelled that burp.
Oh yeah, did it smell like orange seltzer and banana?
You can keep drinking that orange seltzer. That makes sense why you burp all the damn time.
Oh my
Well,
god.
I can control when I burp.
No, you can't.
Anyway, guys, that was the
Yes, I can,
fucking stream. I guess we'll see you next time. Bye.
We'll
Fuck you.
we'll